So 2 weeks ago, I travelled to France alone. French Riviera filler. I know, it looks good. It would be better if the reason I was going there wasn't because my girlfriend moved to France for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, I don't know. Please come back. But that's for a different video. Getting there was a bit of a nightmare though. The first problem that we ran into was I got an email from RyanAir. RyanAir, right? They email me. They say there's queues at Dublin Airport, so just be careful. But does that mean, right, RyanAir, let me know. Does this mean that I'm going to be queuing for 4 hours? Or does this mean I'm going to be queuing for like an extra half an hour? Like, you have to be a bit more specific. Like, is the airport going to be flat out where like I can't go on my flight? Should I go to the airport right now? Or is it just like a little bit of queue? Because I don't have to check in a bag. I'm just straight through security. So if security takes an hour and a half, I'll be fine. I think I'm going to bring this book and read it in the airport. Like one of them people. All in a day's work. I don't know what it is about packing, but I always like to pack on the day. It's just way more fun, you know? Gives you a bit of adrenaline, gets you ready for the airport. Am I nervous because I haven't packed? Am I nervous because I'm going to the airport? Am I nervous because I'm bringing drugs? Alright, this is going to be my trick, right? Because I have all my toothpaste, oh shit, I didn't put my toothbrush in. My retainer, just like my passport and my wallet, because it's looking a bit fat. Not body shaming it, but it is looking a bit fat. I can't fit anything else in it. So, I'm going to wear this. Then I left for Dublin Airport, and I'm not going to lie. I felt like Casey Neistat. I felt like a proper vlogger. Going through the airport filming. Am I a YouTuber? I must be. You know them things in the airport that people walk on? I actually don't know what they're called. Airport walking. Moving walkway. It's a bit embarrassing for the people who use them, and then I can walk on the ground and be faster than them. I just think that's a bit of an ick, to be honest. That's a bit embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're walking on that and I'm faster than you, kind of need to reevaluate some things. Then I got a coffee for some energy to get me through the flight, but this would be a problem later on. Then eventually it was time to board the plane. I don't know about you, but I always have to touch my hand onto the plane. I just feel like if I don't, it's gonna crash into the ground, into the water, and jump off, and then the lifeboats and the guards and all.
Have you ever had a dream that
And then this is where we run into our second problem. I encountered a real life Karen. Basically, here's the story. So I get on the plane, I find my seat, I go down, it's 8B, right? That's the middle seat. Then the Karen approached with her husband. They came down, the man sat beside me on the right, and I left the window seat vacant because I wasn't sure if anyone else was coming yet. So we waited. The wife said to the man, if nobody sits there, I'm gonna sit in the window seat, right? But obviously, I'm in this seat already. All I have to do is move one seat, yeah? And then I'm in that seat. She has to move the whole plane to sit there. So I was like, right, if nobody comes, I'm sitting there. So here we go. While this was going on, I had my headphones on, so I don't think she thought I could hear her. She was like, I'm getting that window seat. And I was like, no, you're not, right? So then we're sitting there, nobody really gets on, so I sit at the window seat, yeah? Out of nowhere, she comes back up. I hear it in the side. I turned off my noise cancellation for this bit. She was like, oh my god, oh, he's sitting in my seat. I said I wanted the window seat. Karen stuff, you know? But I just the whole time kept my headphones on, pretended like I couldn't hear anything. Then he let her sit like where the seat that I was in, and then she kept complaining to him like, but that's not his seat, but... Her husband was actually very nice. He was on my side. He said to her, listen, all he did was move one seat. He was already sitting there. He only had to move one space. You had to come up the whole plane. She was sitting in like 30 something. So she had to come up the whole plane and sit there, right? So she's sitting there beside me with her elbows flared like this, you know, proper trying to get in my way and like in a huff, like stamping her feet on the ground and all. I was having a great time just listening to my music. But then, this is where we run into a problem. The people who were meant to be sitting in the seat that I was in got on, so she had to move. So did I. I moved back to the seat I was in, and then a woman sat on my left. So now it's the old man in the aisle seat, me in the seat I should be in, and the woman on the left, a different woman, who is now sitting in the seat she's supposed to be in. But then, the husband of this woman on my left comes up and he says, oh, we're gonna let this woman sit beside her husband. Anyways, then she gets out and I straight away back into the window seat. That's my seat, alright? I don't care. Comment below if you think I was the Karen or not, because to be honest, all I did was move one seat, you know, and I was there first, you know. I bagsy it in my head. I didn't say it out loud, I know that's the rules, but like I bagsy it and then I moved. Anyways, that was all sorted, and then she didn't even come back. The Karen didn't come back, so I had the middle seat free to put my stuff in. I could stretch my legs, it was great. And then we ran into a bit of disaster, you know. You combine the Starbucks coffee, yeah, the lasagna, sloppy lasagna, the Karen, her husband's who's sitting beside me and I'm nervous to ask him to go toilet, and then you get... a disaster. Then I reunited with my girlfriend, and then the next day she actually went to college and I just went off to explore by myself because I'm solo traveling. And of course, when you're solo traveling, right, this is something I've realized. When you're alone, you attract other people who are also alone traveling. And I bumped into this French man and he started talking to me, and you can't make this stuff up, can you, right? I'm sitting here, this French fella comes over and he's like, oh, is anyone sitting there? And I was like, no. And then he was like, oh, okay. And then he walked away and I was like, oh no, do you want to sit there? And he said, yeah. And I said, oh, right, go on then. Like, I was just saying nobody's sitting there. And he said, oh, okay. Asked me where I'm from, and I was saying Ireland, and he was like, oh, England, London. And I said, no, Dublin, Ireland. And he was like, oh, London, yeah, we, England. And I said, no, Ireland. And he said, oh, Irlande. I said, well, that's not how I say it, but yeah. I tried to speak French to him. I said, like, you know, my girlfriend étudie à l'école, l'université, whatever. And he's like, sorry, he said the accent, I can't understand. So then I just had to speak like broken English to him because he didn't understand anything I was saying when I was speaking in French. So I just spoke English to him basically. He was alright though, seemed nice. He was just a bit funny, like every time I said anything he said, what? Because obviously his accent is different, like, so he wasn't being rude, he was just saying, what? He's gone now, he's off to work apparently, he's from Paris. Yeah, he was asking me which clubs to go to and all. He said he's a free man, so I was telling him a few, you know, not like I'd know, but. Also, something I really like to do is when I'm on holiday and I see like a big mega yacht. We seen a yacht that was worth like, I think like 150 million or something like that. I search up the yacht name and the owner comes up and how much they're worth. I think it's very cool, you should probably do it sometime. But then it was time to go home and travel alone again, but this time there's no Karens, lasagnas, or stomach problems, so that was good. Comment down below any weird travel experiences you've had, and I'll see you in the next one. As you can see, French Riviera filler.